Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to Everyday English, your favorite place to learn real English for real life. I'm Peter.
And I'm Sophia. We're super excited you're here today because, oh boy, do we have a fun and practical episode lined up for you.
That's right. Today we're diving into something that's super important for anyone learning English, everyday conversations.
Exactly. You know, those moments when you're at the market, buying veggies, chatting with a vendor, or just making small talk with someone new.
Real life stuff. And the best part? We're going to read a fun dialogue today and then break it down so you learn useful vocabulary, expressions, and even little pronunciation tips.
But before we jump in, let's talk for a second about something really important. So many learners are afraid to speak because they think their English isn't perfect yet.
Yes, and guess what? That's totally normal. We've all been there. You hesitate, you're scared of making mistakes, and you feel a little silly. But here's the truth.
The only way to get better at speaking is to start speaking, even if you make mistakes, especially if you make mistakes, because that's how we learn.
Preach, Sophia. Mistakes are not the enemy. Silence is.
Yes, and today's episode is designed to help you build confidence. We're going to show you how even simple vocabulary can help you have full conversations.
And don't worry, we're going to go slow, explain everything, and give you time to repeat and practice.
Oh, and speaking of practice, if you're listening at home, on the bus, or even at the gym, try to repeat some of the phrases out loud. Don't just listen, talk back to us.
Yes, talk back, out loud, even if people look at you funny. Let's get your mouth used to English. It's like going to the gym, but for your speaking muscles.
Love that. Speaking muscles. And hey, if this podcast helps you, if it gives you a little boost in your learning journey, consider subscribing. We post new episodes every week with fun, useful English you can actually use.
But only subscribe if you really feel like this content is adding value. We're not here for numbers. We're here to help you grow.
Exactly. And you can also follow us on Instagram or TikTok, where we post little tips, challenges, and even mini dialogues you can practice every single day.
All right. Back to today's episode. So let's set the scene. Imagine you're walking through a local farmer's market. It's sunny, the air smells like fresh produce, and you spot a stand full of tomatoes and potatoes.
Yum! You stop to chat with the vendor and boom, a friendly conversation begins. That's the kind of real-world interaction we're going to explore today.
This dialogue is full of super useful words. Words like pound, ripe, fresh, and phrases like take a few or round it up.
And after we read the full dialogue, we're going to slow things down and teach you how to use these words in other situations. Because learning vocabulary isn't just about memorizing, it's about using it.
That's the key to fluent and natural English. Knowing the words is one thing, knowing when and how to use them, that's next level.
So, if you're ready to improve your vocabulary, get more confident in conversations, and have a little fun while doing it, you're in the right place.
Get comfy, grab a notebook, or just relax, and let's get into this fresh, flavorful conversation at the farmer's market.
I can already smell those tomatoes.
Haha, let's go.
Wow, look at all these fresh vegetables. I love this place already. Excuse me, how much are these tomatoes?
Hi there. The tomatoes are $2 a pound. They're fresh from my garden this morning.
Really? That's amazing. They look so red and juicy. I think I'll take maybe 2 pounds.
Sure, let me weigh that for you. There you go, just under 2 pounds. Want to round it up?
Yes, let's do that. Oh, and how about these potatoes? Are they good for roasting?
Absolutely. These are golden potatoes, perfect for roasting, boiling, even mashing.
Yum, I love mashed potatoes. I think I'll take a few of those too. By the way, I'm Sarah. I just moved to this neighborhood last week.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm Lena. Welcome to the area. Is this your first time at the market?
Yes, it is. I've passed by a couple of times, but today I finally had the time to stop and explore. It's much more fun than the supermarket.
Oh, totally. The market is where the real community is. You get to chat, laugh, taste a few things. It's not just shopping, it's an experience.
I can see that. Everyone seems so friendly here, and everything smells so fresh. Do you come here every day?
I'm here every Saturday and Wednesday. It's kind of my happy place. I've been selling here for about 6 years now.
Wow, that's incredible. Do you grow everything yourself?
Mostly, yes. I have a small farm just outside town. My husband and I take care of it. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
That's really inspiring. I've always dreamed of having a garden, but I can barely keep a houseplant alive.
Don't worry, it takes time. Start small. Maybe some herbs on your windowsill. Basil and mint are easy to grow.
That's a good idea. Can I ask you something? What's your secret to picking the best vegetables? Like, how do I know if a tomato is really good?
Ah, great question. With tomatoes, you want them to be firm but not hard. And they should smell sweet at the top near the stem. That's how you know they're ripe.
Let me try. This one smells amazing.
Perfect. That's the one. You're a natural already.
Thanks. Hey, do you sell fruit too?
Yes, I do. Right over there. I've got some peaches, apples, and even a few mangoes left.
Mangoes? No way! I love mangoes. Are they ripe?
They're just about ready. Give them another day or two and they'll be super sweet.
Great, I'll take a couple. I'm planning to make smoothies this week.
Smart choice. Want a few recipe tips?
Yes, please.
Try this. Mango, banana, a bit of yogurt, a splash of orange juice, and a little honey. Blend it all up. It's heavenly.
That sounds amazing. I'm going to try that tonight.
If you like it, come back and I'll give you my green smoothie recipe too.
Deal. You know, this market is really something special. I'm so glad I stopped by today.
I'm glad too. It's always great meeting new people. And hey, if you ever need cooking tips or veggie ideas, just ask. We market folks love to share.
I'll definitely take you up on that. Thank you so much.
Anytime. See you around.
All right, now that you've heard the dialogue at the farmer's market, let's break it down together.
Yes, let's explore some of the key phrases and how you can sound more natural when asking questions or responding. Because the goal here is not to sound like a robot, right, Peter?
Ha ha ha, right, Sophia. We want our listeners to sound real and confident. So let's start with that classic question. How much are the tomatoes?
Such a useful question, and it's nice and simple. But there are also other ways to ask this naturally, like, what's the price for these? Or even just, how much, while pointing.
Yes, and listen, listeners, don't be afraid to simplify. In real life, people often keep things short. You don't need full sentences all the time.
Absolutely. Now, when the vendor says they're 2 pounds a kilo, let's talk about how to respond to that.
A great natural response could be something like, okay, I'll take a few, like we heard in the dialogue. Or you could say, that's fine, I'll take 2 kilos.
Right. And let's pause for a second to talk about intonation. When you ask, how much are the tomatoes, make sure your voice goes up at the end. That rising intonation shows it's a question.
So true. It's small details like that that make your English sound natural and friendly.
And Peter, did you notice the vendor said, they're fresh from the farm this morning? That's a great sentence to learn. It adds a little story or background when you're selling something.
Definitely. And learners, you can practice similar sentences. Try saying, these apples are fresh from the orchard, or this bread is warm just out of the oven.
Ooh, I love that one. Bread makes me hungry.
Haha, me too. Now, let's talk about that nice closing moment in the dialogue when the customer says, let's round it up to 5.
Yes, that's such a natural expression. It means you're giving a little extra, maybe as a tip or just to make the total easy.
You might also hear people say, keep the change, or make it even. These phrases are great for sounding polite and generous.
Now, we know this might feel like a lot to remember. So here's the good news. We have something amazing to help you.
Yes, we do. It's called the English Conversation Guide. Yay!
This guide is packed with over 100 dialogues based on real-life situations, like shopping, job interviews, meeting people, traveling, going to the doctor, everything.
And each dialogue comes with audio, so you can hear the correct pronunciation and practice along. It's like having a private speaking coach in your pocket.
We've heard from thousands of learners who've used the guide and said it helped them speak more confidently and naturally.
And hey, we're not just saying that because it's ours. It really works. We built it based on years of teaching and learner feedback.
So, if you're interested, check the link in the description to get your copy. It might be just what you need to take your English to the next level.
And remember, if it's not for you, no pressure at all. We're just happy you're here learning with us.
Yes, and speaking of learning, let's go back to a few tips for making your questions and answers feel more natural.
Here's one. Avoid sounding too formal. For example, instead of, I would like to purchase some tomatoes, you can say, I'd like some tomatoes, or just, can I get a few tomatoes?
That's a great one. And here's another. Use fillers like, well, or let me see, to sound more relaxed. For example, well, I'll take 3 potatoes too.
Exactly. Native speakers use these all the time. It gives you time to think, and it softens your speech.
And don't forget body language. When you say something like, they look great, smile a little, point at the vegetables, make it real.
Yes. English is not just words. It's tone, rhythm, energy, and a little bit of acting too.
So true, Peter. So, to our lovely listeners, start practicing dialogues like this. Even better, record yourself and listen back.
Yes, that's a great challenge. Pick one dialogue, practice it, record it, and notice your progress over time.
And if you're using the English Conversation Guide, try one dialogue a day. Listen, read, speak, and repeat.
Repetition is key. That's how you build fluency and confidence.
So, what did you all think of today's episode? Was it helpful, fun? Let us know.
Yes, drop a comment and tell us what your favorite part was or what situations you'd like us to cover next.
And if you haven't already, subscribe. But only if you feel we're helping you grow in your English.
We're here for you, so let's keep practicing, keep learning, and keep smiling.
This was Sophia from Everyday English.
And Peter.
See you next time. Bye.
Take care and keep speaking English every day.